guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosie if you're new here, and welcome. I think my subscriber count at the moment is 145, which is absolutely crazy. I'm really thankful for all of you because it means you're like coming on my journey with me and supporting and stuff, and that's really great. Today's video is, drumroll please, how to save money. And I'll give you a little background for this. I'm currently overseas on a life adventure, learning some new things, learning some life lessons, and I have had to cut back. What I mean by cut back on like spending, going out, cut back on everything. So I thought I'd give you a few tips that I have for when you're trying to save a bit of money. So the first one is when it comes to clothes. I really restrict myself when it comes to that, which means I've saved money through doing that, but also there are ways that I know how to save money when it comes to clothes. I like expensive things, and I have a very expensive taste, which isn't handy, but I've gone around that a little bit. My first one is going to thrift shops and sale places, and I don't mean those expensive like cute thrift shops that have designer clothing. I mean like getting secondhand clothing, searching through racks and racks of stuff to find what you're looking for, having a list and only having specific things that I know I need to buy, and you know, making time over money. At the moment I have more time than I have money, so I can use that time to find better deals on clothes and things and getting stuff through sales. So that's really like, secondhand stuff is not bad, and thrifting and going to sale places and things is a really great way of saving money and like making sure your money stretches further. The next tip I have is keep it simple, and what I mean by this, like keep it simple means keep everything simple. Like my makeup bag downsized dramatically since I went overseas because I had to pack less. Stuff that I need for skincare and things has dramatically decreased because I had less space. My clothing style and choice and everything is very simple and minimalist because it means the way that I've tailored my wardrobe to suit where I am right now and like what I'm doing in my adventures and things means I have a lot of white tops that are the exact same. It means I can wear them consecutively, and it means that they're just cheap, easy tops that I can pop on, and they're gonna go with anything that I wear on my bottom half. My sweaters and things like that all match everything. Everything coordinates with one another, which means I don't need to add anything into my wardrobe. I can just replace, which makes everything a lot cheaper, and it means I'm not buying stuff because I think it looks cute. I'm being conscious that I'm keeping to a minimalist wardrobe and style at the moment. That will change and adapt depending on how much money I have and what I can spend on things, but at the moment I've been wearing the same pairs of shoes for 3 months non-stop. That sounds disgusting, but you know, like I'm conscious of what I have, and I'm conscious of how my wardrobe and my style is to fit my price range, which is a really important thing. The next one is food. Meal prep your weeks and meal prep breakfast, lunch and dinner, and that means before you go to the supermarket you know what you're having for the week. You can write a list of things that you need, things that you already have that you're going to use that week, just making up and saving money by preparing yourself before you go to the supermarket, and not just going to a supermarket and thinking oh cool, no, like oh this is nice, oh I like this, and then getting home and having like a ton of things you didn't need that didn't coincide with probably what you should be eating that week. And also meal prepping means that you've got like, you're saving time and you're saving money because you can be conscious of what you're eating, you can choose the right foods and things to eat, and then when you meal prep you normally like takes like 3 or 4 hours one day a week putting them into containers. You have more time. It means when you go, like when you're going to work and things like that, you have a lunch pre-packed, so you're not paying for lunch and you're not paying for a coffee because you've already planned that you're going to be making coffee in the morning. That is really important because the next tip is plan ahead. And what I mean by this, grab a calendar, make a calendar. I've got one right here that I made myself with pencil, ruler and pen, and plan ahead. Plan your weeks, plan your months ahead of things that you're going to be doing and what you need to say that is sufficient for what you're doing, how much money you need for that month. When you're going out, so you know that you can eat before going out so you're not spending as much. That's one of my other tips that's coming up. When you're going to need to buy more things, when there are sales on, plan ahead so that your life and timing and money coincide with one another, and you can save even more. The next one is use everything to the last T. And what I mean, and this is really important, I didn't used to do this when I was at home. Mum, Dad, really sorry, but using everything down to the last drop. Drink the last of your juice. Don't just chuck it out and go and buy another one. Use the last of your toothpaste, because I promise there's probably another 4 uses out of that toothpaste. Cut it in half, scoop it out, use that, because you need to save money in every single way you possibly can. Using your toothpaste even more than what you thought you would, like cutting it in half and scooping out with your toothbrush before brushing your teeth, can really, really help, because it means you're lengthening out the time that you can save between lengthening out the time that you are using your toothpaste, which means you're reducing the amount that you're going to be spending, because you're per year.
What am I even saying at this point? That should be way too long to calculate. Oh my god.
You'll be buying less toothpaste tubes because you'll be using it more. That's just an example.
A super freaking long example.
Remind yourself you're saving money, because I feel like when, especially going out with friends and things like that, when people just go and spend money, you sort of feel not the social need, but almost like a social expectation that you will be sending money to, and that you're not saving and everything. And I think that's something really hard. You need to remind yourself that you're saving money, have a reason to save money, like, okay, I'm putting it towards this, or I'm putting it in my savings account because I know I want to buy a house in 10 years. Have those reasons. Remind yourself in your head. Put a notification on your phone daily. This will really help motivate you to save money. The next one is budget. And budget your rent, budget your food, budget your phone bill, budget your clothing spending, budget your food out. If you want me to go into more detail about how to save money, I have tips and tricks for some of that stuff, and I can show you ways that all of these tips actually work in retrospect. But budget your life. If you know you've got a certain amount of income coming in per month, you need to budget out what you have to spend, and then what you need to spend, and then what you can save if you make the effort. So rent is something you need. You have to, there's nothing you can do about it. You need a place to live, you're going to have to pay rent. Food, you need food to stay alive. You're going to need to budget for food. Clothing, is clothing a necessity or a want? You need to think about it like that, and you need to think about how much you're willing to budget per item, so you can save and maximize the savings that you'll be making that month. When you go out, be smart. And I think this is a really important one that people forget about. Every single drink you have costs money. You can pre-eat before you go out, and then only get a starter instead of a main, and it's going to be half the price. Instead of maybe having alcohol that night, have water, because first off, it's healthier for you. Second off, you'll be saving money, because if you ask for a glass of water, it is most likely going to be free. That is a really important one. That's one I've used so much, especially in Madrid. When my friends went out, we went out for drinks. Some of my friends would spend 70-80 euros on alcohol. I spent zero, because I only drank water, and I asked for glasses of water and not just water, because then they bring out bottles and you have to pay for it. Getting the cheapest thing on the menu, because you know that you need to save the extra 20, even though you might want that pizza that's got everything on it. The margarita is going to be €2 cheaper, or $2 cheaper, or however much. You're going to save that $2, and that's going to go towards something that you might need more. Yeah, especially eating before you go out. I always make sure I'd have something to eat before we go out, so then also it meant that I could say I got a pizza, I'd only be able to eat half, I'd have half the next day, using, making everything worthwhile. Another one is find jobs that save you money. Au pairing, living in au pair, is a great way to save money. You get paid per week of your job, but you're not paying rent and you're not paying for food. So, some people don't get very good au pair jobs, and that really sucks. But if you're getting, for example, €100 a week, you get weekends off, but you have your rent paid for. For example, in Madrid, my rent was €500 a month for my room. It was a really bad room, but it was a room nonetheless. So if I'm getting €100 per week for an au pair job, that's $400 a month plus $500 on top of that, so $900 a month. And then food costs, I probably spent on eating in food, I probably spent maybe 150, so that's 1,050 euros I'm technically getting a month. I'm not actually getting all of that, but having a job that saves me money means I don't have to pay for rent, I don't have to pay tax on rent, I don't have to pay food, I don't have to pay for extras that I would, well, not extras, but necessities that I would normally need because they're already being paid for me. So I can just focus on specific things that I need to spend my money on or want to spend my money on. Setting realistic goals for your lifestyle around money. So setting realistic goals, I mean, how much can you afford to travel at this point in time? How much do you really need to spend on a coffee? Can you pre-make your coffee before you go out? Do you really want those new shoes from Chanel, or can you wait until they find them secondhand or get a dupe to make it better? Set realistic goals for your lifestyle and surround yourself with like not things but memories and experiences, and a lot of experiences can come for free. So a gap year lifestyle, some people go crazy and they go to all these different countries all the time, they stay in hotels and things. You know, that's not a realistic lifestyle if you don't have a lot of money. Instead of going to different places, going and visiting friends in different places, or staying in hostels instead of hotels, because it will save you a lot of money. Setting realistic goals for yourself is a really important one on how you're going to spend your money and how much you're going to save, and how you can sustain your lifestyle and what your lifestyle will be that has a connection with the amount of money you have. I really hope that made sense. They are just some of my tips on how to save money. If you want some more in detail, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you would subscribe and join this community that is slowly building. It's really, really exciting, and I'd love to have you along for the journey. Please don't forget to like and comment and turn on my notifications bell. I post 3 to 4 times a week, and I would love to have you here with me. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Bye.